Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Singapore Nationals 2025 season video presentation. We're Hypersonic Racing, and today we'll be showing you everything we do as a team, from designing, manufacturing and testing our car, to marketing, sponsorships and more. But first, let's introduce the team.
Hi, my name is Charles Chung. I'm the lead design engineer for Hypersonic Racing. I'm responsible for designing and testing the Hypersonic Gen 7 car. Throughout the design process, we settled on two ways of configuring virtual cargo on the car. We settled on the arrowhead and the teardrop design. The arrowhead involves creating a wedge at the front of the car, where the small side of virtual cargo was at the front and the wide side was at the rear. Whereas the teardrop design involves having the wide side at the front and the short side at the rear. We found that the arrowhead design had a much bigger coefficient of drag than the teardrop design. A reason for that might be because while the arrowhead design is more effective at redirecting air around the side of the car, it creates a large area of wake turbulence immediately behind where it abruptly cuts off in front of the rear wheels. With the teardrop design, it smoothly tapers around the side of the car, which minimizes the separation of the air and minimizes the turbulent flow, ensuring as much laminar flow around the car as possible and reducing the drag that the car experiences.
Hi, I'm Dhruv and I'm in charge of finance, sponsorships and wheel system design at Hypersonic Racing. I manage the team's finance and sponsorship activities by promoting Hypersonic Racing's vision and building partnerships to support our development, as well as managing finance and budget. As the wheel systems design engineer, I focus on refining the wheel assembly to improve performance, stability and efficiency on track.
Our wheel support system incorporates two bearings on either side of the wheel. The two bearings ensure stability and make sure there's less vibration, keeping the whole system more durable. This, however, comes with downsides. One of the downsides is the increased weight. Two bearings will increase the weight, making the car slower in its acceleration.
Hi, my name is Daniel Scott and I'm the manufacturing engineer for Hypersonic Racing. My role specializes in manufacturing the car body, front and rear wing, along with any stickers that go onto the car. For our front wing design, we try to minimize frontal drag by making the wing as thin as possible. We also incorporated a ramp directly behind the front wing to push air up and over the front wheels.
We also experimented with different ways of putting the virtual cargo relative to the halo. Initially, we put the virtual cargo underneath the halo, but we found that makes the body very tall overall and it increases the frontal area of the car, which increases its coefficient of drag. Therefore, we switched over to putting the virtual cargo behind the bulkhead of the halo, which makes the car longer, but it reduces its frontal area, reducing its drag. After testing the car design in CFD software, we found that the rear wheels contributed to a large amount of the drag because they couldn't allow the air above and below the wheel to flow back together smoothly. Therefore, we created a tapered fairing behind the rear wheel, which allowed the air to smoothly flow back together, reducing the amount of drag that the rear wheels create and reducing the amount of turbulent flow.
To turn the foam block into our car body, we use CNC milling. It begins with an STL file of the car body sent to us by our design engineers. We then put this STL file into CAM software, which automatically generates the movements of the drill, along with calculating things such as the RPM and the speed that the drill moves at. It then condenses this into one G-code file, which we upload to the CNC mill. However, before starting the CNC mill, we have to reference the drill bit in the X, Y, and Z axes of the foam block against the absolute coordinates of the CNC mill. It first does a roughing pass, which removes the bulk of the material as fast as possible. It then does a slower finishing pass, which forms these nice, smooth curves.
We chose ASA Aero for our printed parts because it's extremely lightweight, strong and heat resistant. Compared to PLA and PTEG, which are denser and weaken under heat, ASA Aero's lower density makes our wheels lighter and faster to spin.
As lead graphic designer for Hypersonic Racing, my role is to make sure we present ourselves in a clear, concise and creative way. At the moment, I'm working on designing our team's new logo, which will play an important part of our identity and brand. It will not only feature on our team's livery and uniforms, but also play a huge role in our social media presence, such as on platforms like YouTube and Instagram. Whilst managing our portfolios, I bring together all elements of our project, helping communicate all aspects such as engineering and research into a professional and visually engaging format. I'm committed to effectively exhibiting all of our efforts so audiences and judges can see the innovation and teamwork behind our operations.
Marketing and media play a critical role in any F1 in Schools team. It's not just about building a fast car, but building a recognizable and professional brand around it. From the very beginning of the season, the team worked to establish a strong visual identity, including the logo, color palette, fonts, and branding across all platforms, from social media to presentations to uniform. On Instagram and YouTube, we posted regular content to showcase our progress, sponsors, and behind-the-scenes moments. These posts were carefully planned, written with specific audiences in mind, and scheduled using content calendars.
Marketing and media also supported other areas of the team, such as sponsorship acquisition and outreach. A professional online presence helped us make a strong first impression with potential sponsors and partners, adding credibility to our pitches.
My name is Prisha and I'm the resource manager for the team. I ensure that everything flows smoothly, tracking budget spreadsheets and deadlines to help assess our short and long-term goals. I also help find and communicate with our sponsors, ensuring that NW Hypersonic Racing guarantees transparency and accountability with them.
Before anything can happen, we need funding. This is where sponsorships come in. Our first step was to reach out to dozens of companies via email and company contact forms, tailoring each pitch to show how a partnership with Hypersonic Racing aligned with their brand value. To calculate how much everything would cost, we did extensive research and created a spreadsheet. Once we had a realistic budget, we created a sponsorship package that clearly outlined who we are, what we're doing, and what value sponsors get in return. For example, logo placements or social media reach. Once funding started coming in, we tracked every dollar spent using an Excel to make sure we could provide our sponsors with a clear outline of our spending.
I am extremely proud to be leading our team's sustainability initiative. At Hypersonic Racing, we stand by the principle that actions speak louder than words. So, inspired by Megorium, we have come up with our own sustainability initiative. We collected various HDPR plastic bottles, washed them, shredded them, and used a heat compress to turn them into sturdy plastic sheets. We then designed various useful items on Illustrator, using a laser cutter to cut them out. Here is one of the items I designed myself. It's a phone stand that also serves as a pencil prop.
We would like to give a big thank you to one of our incredible sponsors, SimScale. SimScale allows us to run aerodynamic simulations completely online, meaning we can test how air flows around our car, analyze downforce and drag, and improve our designs, all without needing expensive hardware or software. Because it's cloud-based, our whole team can collaborate in real time, making quick design changes and instantly seeing how they affect performance.
MWings is our title sponsor. MWings is the training arm of the Singapore Institute of Aerospace Engineers, and their goal is to empower young minds to build flying features. Their principles lie in creating an impact for young learners, building the next generation of STEM enthusiasts. We reached out to MWings through a connection and contacted them via WhatsApp. In order to be our title sponsor, changing our name to NW Hypersonic Racing, MWings has provided us with $500 worth of monetary funding.
Through this project, I've learned how to apply engineering principles in a practical way. From interpreting technical regulations to optimizing designs, I've also developed teamwork, project management, and communication skills through coordinating sponsorships and outreach. These experiences have given me valuable skills that translate directly into real engineering and industry environments.
I learned how real F1 teams use social media to connect with their fans, showcase behind-the-scenes moments, and build their brand by sharing exciting updates, race highlights, and exclusive content that keeps people engaged and loyal to the team.
Through F1 in schools, I've developed skills that will be used in everyday life in any industry. I've learned how to collaborate with others and manage time, teamwork, and resources to the utmost efficiency. I now have learned about all the logistics involved in everything, from contacting sponsors to helping out with portfolios.